Hi YouTube. I was just watching a video from Tommy Sotomayor, or should I say, his thing says his thing says Sotomayor TV series, and this was part two of part one called "Mixed and Light Skinned Women Do Look Better," and he basically was saying that he preferred light skinned women over dark skinned women, and he gave the various reasons as to why he, felt this way. I understand that people have their opinions and whatnot, but at the same time, the thing that gets me is that people, they like to voice their opinions, and then they get mad when people comment or say things about it. And what somebody, I guess, had made the comment that he has a daughter that's, I guess, dark skinned, and they said something about his mom being dark skinned. My thing is that if you have an opinion that is so far fetched like that, that you shouldn't even be like voicing your opinion. He should have just made the video about light versus dark, gave his fact, and kept his opinion out of it, because frankly, his daughter is dark skinned, so I'm thinking that, psychologically down the line, we learn things from our parents as we are younger. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she's between 6 and 10 or somewhere in there. I think I seen a picture of it, but anyway, and we learn from our parents, and we learn, attitudes and traits and things, so that when we get older, we carry these things out. Now, by him saying he like light skinned women and they look better, this, that, and the other, his child is dark skinned. Well, she's probably gonna think, oh, daddy doesn't think I'm pretty because I'm dark skinned. He's setting her up right there for failure, and he's voicing, saying, why do you think dark skinned women, they always say, well, or I think he said they always get mad because they say light skinned people think they better than everybody. Well, it's because of people like you that, you know, don't help their children when they're growing up, telling them they're pretty and everything. And even if you do say that that you do tell her that she's beautiful and whatnot, that has nothing to do with it. This video is like, it's gonna be out there. People are gonna see it. So it's not like, you can be like, well, that's just my opinion, and I don't think that my daughter is not beautiful or my mom is not beautiful. Well, you shouldn't have said the statement that, yes, light skinned women look better than dark skinned women, because they are a part of that category that you just placed them in. So you cannot say don't bring them into it. They was brought into it when you made the statement. And on top of that, people, like, okay, I will admit, some of his videos be on point. They be on point. But at the same time, like you said, people have preferences. People have, things that they like about a person. But I feel that when it comes to certain things that people have no control over, that's when it becomes a problem. And it's no longer an opinion, because you say it belligerently, you say it hysterically, and you say it as though you can snap your finger and change that quality about somebody. If God wanted you to be with somebody that was the opposite of what you thought, and just because you bullheaded, stubborn, and everything else, opinionated, and you don't want to see the person for the person that they are and not what you see on the outside, then you're going to miss out on a wonderful person. Because I know a lot of these people that are light skinned, most of them have attitudes. The only reason the only reason dark skinned women have attitudes is because people like him They just, I mean, you put people down by the things you say. Yes, there are some strong black women. There are some strong light skinned women. And then one of the comments was that, I don't even know who said this, but one of the comments I read said that um, white women are superior to black women. And my thoughts on that is that, okay, they can think that, and he can say that light skinned women was better than dark skinned women. And then somebody had said something about they only, black men only like white women because they feel that they are, um, I think they said substantially weak and submissive. So when I read that, my mind automatically went back to when there was slavery times. Okay, people outside doing the work was dark skinned women. That showed them strength and ability, and they, they had to put their mind to what they were doing because they were doing strenuous, long labor work. They were working with their hands, okay? So that gave them the chance to be strong-minded, strong-willed, because, I mean, you had to get done with the work because you had to control yourself so that you would not be beat, okay? Secondly, light-skinned women and white women were in the house. Light-skinned women still maybe did a little work, but it was on the inside of the house. They were in there being taken care of and everything. So they were kind of like the servants to the white people because they were most like them. So when they say they like white women better than black women, or they like light-skinned women better than dark-skinned women, it's because light-skinned women are more closely related to the white woman, which makes people like them more. Because in that time, light-skinned women were wanted. They were wanted to be closer to the people. Okay? Black, black, I was about to say black, I'm sorry. Black women, yes, they are opinionated, strong-minded, and, for better terms, they are kind of loud. I'll admit that. But it's only because we were treated, if you want to talk about sex, we were treated in such a horrible way that the trait has been brought down to us to act out in certain ways. Yes, some of us, by how we were raised, how we grew up, where we grew up, things that happen psychologically. Yes, if you are a psychologist, you will know that the environment affects the person. The people around them affects the person. Yes, that is true. So by him creating this environment or these feelings, these emotions, these thoughts, that he likes light-skinned women better than dark-skinned women. He says all these things about people being fat, people being this, people being that. He is setting it up, and it's already in his genes that he passed on to his daughter, these things. So she already has these negative, probably connotations or whatever the word is, about certain subjects. That's how we get our attitudes, our beliefs, and everything else from our family and our parents. So, I feel that when it's things that people cannot change, you should not deny someone the right to get to know you. Because maybe you are missing out on a person that is a very good person versus this light-skinned person or this white person or that person. For one little tiny thing that they can't change. Okay, people being overweight. Yes, that can be changed. It can take time, but that can be changed. So instead of trying to put somebody down for being that, and they are a lovely person, you should help them through it. Because in this world, we should help each other and not try to get ahead or think we're better than somebody. So in the process, we are knocking their self-esteem down. That is not what is needed in the black community. in any community, but especially in the black community, because that is why people have, well, I guess you could call it, we have black on black crime, because people are trying to get ahead by any means necessary. And also, I just feel that, like, okay, you can lose weight, but on top of that, some people have in their family, they're predisposed to being a larger person. This is why they have the term called big boned. And I feel like people, they just don't, I don't know. People just don't, I guess, they just don't understand the seriousness of, calling people out their name and saying things like that. So, what I'm going to say is that, according to Merriam-Webster, big boned is an adjective. It means having the skeletal structure large and rugged in comparison to the fleshy parts, somewhat raw bone. Well, since, people, they feel the need to always say things about people, it really doesn't sit well with me. So what I would say is that, yes, he made a good point saying that people, they only say things about things that really, I guess, don't matter, or are lower status, lower importance, something. I don't know what he said, but he was saying, like, yeah, she's pretty for a dark skinned girl. She's pretty for a fat chick. First of all, and I've made a video before about this, I feel as though, there should be some terms that should be made, appropriate for these kinds of things, because you never know. People could feel some type of way about the things you say. And yes, we all have freedom of speech, freedom of this, freedom of that, but at the same time, you have to be an empathetic person, an understanding person to, to say your opinion and make it be effective, because if you say something in a rude way, nobody's going to listen, except for the ignorant people who are just like you. If that's all that you want to follow you, then that's good, because people who are ignorant or, rude like that, they can follow you now because of what you said now, but if you say something different or something else in the future, they're not going to follow you, and they'll turn on you with the quickness. So, I'm just saying, people should not bring up points like that to distance other people and stuff like that, because it never gets you anywhere. It doesn't. I cannot even spell, sorry. Let's see. He was talking about color struck. So, I am on this website about race relations, and it says, what is colorism? An old children's rhyme captures the definition in a nutshell. If you're black, stay back. If you're brown, stick around. If you're yellow, you're mellow. If you're white, you're alright. Don't know where that came from or who that came from. In some, colorism refers to discrimination based on skin color. Colorism disadvantages dark-skinned people while privileging those with lighter skin. Research has linked colorism to smaller incomes, lower marriage rates, long prison terms, and fewer job prospects for darker-skinned people. What's more, colorism has existed for centuries both in and outside of Black America. That makes it a persistent form of discrimination that should be fought with the same urgency that racism is. Okay. How does colorism surface? In the United States, colorism has roots in slavery. That's because slave owners typically gave preferential treatment to slaves with fair complexions, while dark-skinned slaves toiled outdoors in the field. Lighter-skinned counterparts usually worked indoors, completing. I can't even think right now. I'm kind of angry. Completing domestic tasks that were far less grueling. Why the discrepancy? Slave owners were partial to light-skinned slaves because they were often family members. Slave owners frequently engaged in sexual intercourse with slave women, and light-skinned offspring were the telltale signs of those unions. While slave owners did not officially recognize their mixed-race children with blood, they gave them privileges that dark-skinned slaves did not enjoy. Accordingly, light skin came to be viewed as an asset among the slave community. Outside the United States, colorism may be more related to class than to white supremacy. While European colonialism has undoubtedly left its mark on countries worldwide, colorism is said to predate contact with Europeans in various Asian countries. There, the idea that white skin is superior to dark skin may derive from the ruling classes typically having lighter complexions than the peasant classes. While peasants became suntanned as they labored outdoors in the day in and day out, the privileged had lighter complexions because they didn't have to work in the sun for hours. The dark skin came to be associated with the lower class and light skin with the elite. Today, the high premium on light skin in Asia is likely tangled up with this history among the cultural influences of the West. Okay, so back to what I was saying earlier. I hadn't even read this. I just put this up. But what I said earlier, it goes along with this, and it makes sense. Now, we do have colorism in the world, and it's because of these things. And I mean, that's where privilege started during slave times, and that's where it has ended up now. So it's apparent that the darker you are, the less likely you'll, be able to get ahead in life, which is sad in itself because America is supposed to be the melting pot, and the melting pot does not distinguish between who gets this and who gets that, just based on skin color. So, you have people using bleaching cream and whitening creams and everything else under the sun so they can get lighter. The only thing that people, see about someone having dark skin now is that they are exotic, because just like the foreign woman is exotic because they're not used to this. They're not used to curves. They're not used to full lips, big butts, and all that. They are used to what America sees as being beautiful. Now is a size 6, a size 3. The I wouldn't say short, but kind of, tall, white, pale, and has the body of a 12, 13-year-old boy. That is what it has come down to. So, this says, it is a common English idiom to say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but perhaps it is more accurate to say that beauty is in the geography, as cultural ideas of beauty vary drastically by region. In the African nation of Mauritania, food is a sacred resource. The climate is principally desert, having a large wife traditionally meant that a woman is healthy enough to withstand a period of famine. From this environment constraint, fat women grew to be the ideal of beauty, as the body mass of females in a male's care became a criterion of social standing and wealth. Extreme forms of this practice include sending young girls to fattening farms called gavages, alluding their unfortunate similarity to French farms where geese are forcibly fed via sausage stuffers to create foie gras. Today, food is considerably less scarce, leading to many morbidly obese women in Mauritania. As Western media continues to infiltrate Mauritanian society, cultural preferences for large women are dying out in exchange for a slimmer Western ideal. Although Mauritania is an extreme example, this idea that large women are beautiful women are seen in other regions of the world where food is scarce and populations are susceptible to famine, such as Niagara and rainforest cultures. In East Asia, smooth and youthful skin is a primary criterion of beauty. Cream, lotions, and pills promising flawless skin are widely available. Compared to a typical American woman's skin ritual, Asian skin care rituals are much more elaborate. Typical daily beauty regimen for Asian women includes general cleansing, application of toners, emulsions, serums, skin massages, treatments, eye creams, general skin creams, and moisturizers. Some Asian women go as far as to shave their entire face, not for hair removal, but for the exfoliating effects of the razor. Perhaps the most shocking facet of East Asian beauty is the fact that the male cosmetic industry is booming. In a society where flawless skin is considered an indicator of social success, South Korean males spend more on skin and makeup products than any other male population in the world, according to the Associated Press. This year's male South Korean beauty industry is expected to gross over $850 million US. Now, people in Asia are starting to, you know, make the sales go up. And I mean, these are some real issues in America now. Like, people will do anything to get to what America calls beauty. Like you see in these other countries that larger women were accepted and were, you know, liked because of their size. But I think everything is, you know, situational, you know, like circumstantial, because they said big women were seen as beautiful because food was scarce. So the bigger you were meant you had food. Now, that makes sense, but everybody or a lot of other countries are trying to become westernized, and in my personal opinion, that is not good all the way. Like, maybe the political structure, maybe, but other things like this beauty ideal and, you know, I can't even think right now, but that is not something that should be, you know, maintained in other countries, because it hurts people that are in the United States. So I'm pretty sure that it would do more damage in other countries than it does here. People, they feel that they have to go out and buy all these products to, you know, make their skin more beautiful, and people in Asia, and it's just sad, because it's like, if you're already poor, well, not poor, but like struggling, then like, sorry, they're like all these extra things just to make yourself look like some fictional made up stuff is just bullshit. Like, people, they obviously want us to be poorer because they just keep making these products, and they know that most people in the world, well, I'm not saying the world, but there's a majority of dark skinned people, and I guess you could say there's more light skinned people, just because of the whole fact that during slavery, like it said, the article said, they would often sleep with you know, or they're slaves, and then they will become the result of that. So I don't know how people that are light skinned should take it, like, cause that gene has been passed down for so long, and it just, I don't know. If I was light skinned, I would be kind of offended because it's like my ancestors were just used for sexual desires. And that brings me to the point that they say that all black women are promiscuous. Well, if, back in the day, all the white women did, or the wives did, was stay in the house. They didn't even take care of the kids. They just stayed in the house, and they had to look beautiful. That to me is like having your wife be a object, or what do they call it? Uh, I don't know, but it's just like they just showing them off. So of course, I mean, they gonna think now that they don't have to do anything, or that they don't have to do this. Like, many people just, I don't know. I guess that could go back to the weak and submissive, because they did whatever they were told, and they seemed like they weren't allowed to get angry or anything like that. So, with that being said, you can say that a lot of black women are hostile and angry and everything because of what ancestors had to go through. Like, it's just, I mean, it is what it is. It's genes, it's heredity, it's passed down from generations and generations. Like, you cannot get rid of traits. And I mean, we all are human race, but at the same time, people are saying that light skinned people are better than dark skinned people. And he said in his video that all people, they are all black, but they're just different shades. Well, not the way, you know, they say it. Uh, they say it like it's another race or another culture or something. So I just don't. I don't know. I can't say that I agree with that, because just not because me being a dark skinned woman and being a bigger woman. So I mean, in one of my classes, we learned that black women they already have things against them, and I guess they have double negatives because they're black, they're a woman, and then now you add the third thing in, they're bigger. Nothing is, good for that. And I just hope that, you guys leave comments and anything, suggestions or anything, and I will try to, upload more videos. I've just been all craziness because I'm graduating this month, the end of this month, and it's just kind of hectic right now. But if you leave comments and everything, I'll be sure to answer them, get back to you, and any suggestions, subscribe. Thank you for the people that have subscribed, and I love you guys. And yeah, so we're just gonna hope for the best, and maybe I'll do another video later on this week. But yeah, so I mean, you can go look him up. It's Tommy Sotomayor. This thing is Sotomayor TV series. I can put the link to this video in the description thing, so you guys can go, look at it if you would like to. And
love animals.
And yeah, so hopefully everybody has a good Easter today, and a good rest of the week. Thank you for subscribing, for watching. Bye.